What is up, ladies and gentlemen, this is Pookie once again, and a few minutes ago something happened where I just needed to make a video about. If you are watching Dreamhack at the moment, you will know what I'm talking about. For those of you who aren't in the Counter-Strike scene, this weekend there is a big tournament and Valve themselves are funding it, and the winner just gets $100,000, so there is a lot of money on the line. So this match I just watched was the semi-final between Fnatic and LDLC. If you aren't familiar with the CSGO scene, Fnatic is basically the team who has been dominating the game for quite some time now, and almost always they had to play against LDLC to compete for the first place, but as always LDLC loses. In my opinion, LDLC and Fnatic got the same amount of skill, but it's just a mind game of that LDLC thinks that Fnatic are unbeatable, which makes them lose the game. So now they once again encounter each other on the biggest CSGO tournament, and this time in the semi-finals, which means that the loser goes out of the tournament. If you don't have CSGO, you probably also wouldn't have heard about CSGO Lounge. CSGO Lounge is a site on which you can bet with the CSGO weapon skins which you find in game, and you can bet on the pro teams. So you can basically get some Steam money by just making the right bets. I had a small bet on LDLC, and a week ago also a couple of professional CSGO players got banned because apparently some of them were using hacks on CSGO tournaments. This was pretty much a shock to the whole community, and a witch hunt started. Someone from NIP, another big CSGO team, and Shox from LDLC themselves found that Flusha, a Fnatic member, had some suspicious plays, and also Olaf Meister, another Fnatic player, seemed to have the same weird aim. So they were basically thinking that they also cheated against them, but they didn't get a VAC ban yet. So with this Dreamhack game, it was basically up to Fnatic to prove they were better than LDLC without hacking, and this made everything a bit more exciting. The first map Fnatic and LDLC played was Dust 2, one of the most popular CSGO maps, which LDLC won pretty convincing. They won the map 16-10. LDLC started to realize that Fnatic isn't immortal, and they felt like after such a long time they finally had a chance to win. The second map was Cash. Fnatic was a lot better on this map and won this 16-8. The map was Fnatic's pick though, so they were favored to win the map. No worries, the coach of LDLC said, and he handed some donuts over to the LDLC members. No, the final map was gonna be Overpass. If you really don't know anything about Counter-Strike, in Counter-Strike basically the counter-terrorist and the terrorists fight against each other, and terrorists have to plant a bomb and the counter-terrorists need to defuse it. The CTs have the advantage that they can basically just hold the corners of the bomb site while the terrorists got the slightly better weapons. Overpass is a very CT-sided map, so the team that starts as counter-terrorist will have a big advantage and needs to pick up a lot of rounds. So in this last map, LDLC starts as counter-terrorist. So after a bit of sloppy play in the beginning, the score of the first half was 12-3 in favor of LDLC. So they basically had a very good half, and note the second half, as terrorists they only needed to win 4 more rounds to ensure to go on the tournament. But the first round of every half the money gets reset, so the first round everyone is playing with pistols, and the team that wins the pistol round will have enough money to buy weapons next round, while the other team needs to stick with some pistols or a scout. Fnatic basically had to win the pistol round to even stand a chance against LDLC, but LDLC won the pistol round. LDLC was so close now, 13-3. They were gonna pick up next round as well because they could buy good rifles, but then this happens. Basically Fnatic found a boost on Overpass in which they could see across the whole map, from the spawn to the yard in the middle all the way over to the right side of the map. No one knew about this and it basically breaks the whole map. Of course LDLC didn't know about this spot, so Fnatic could easily take out a lot of people. Another advantage that the terrorists have is that they can attack a bomb site with 5 men while the CTs need to guess which side the terrorists are gonna take, but with this exploit it's possible to literally see wherever the terrorists are going. It's really devastating to see LDLC's dreams of finally being Fnatic being shattered. From here on Fnatic basically took all the rounds till they finally won. This was just so unfair because even if LDLC knew about this spot, it's almost impossible to take out the guy who is boosting. When they asked Fnatic for how long they knew about this spot, they said 2 months, and with this they basically crossed the line in my opinion. In my opinion, Fnatic are simply just some unfair losers. The developers of CSGO work together with pro teams to help certain glitches like these out of their game, but Fnatic decides to not tell anyone and basically uses this exploit to win a very important game they should have been losing. The moment when Fnatic did this boost, or how I call it, an exploit, my heart and the ones of 300,000 people watching the game basically stopped beating. I can't even imagine how the guys from LDLC must be feeling now, and especially because they were the better team. There was a big debate going on whether or not this was a legal boost, but a Dreamhack admin said that the boost was legal, so now is a big debate if Fnatic should have done this. If I was one of Fnatic members, I couldn't live with myself knowing that if I win this tournament, I'm not really the best team in the world. I just used an exploit to make my way to the top. Another vision on this is that they were the true winners because they got the best map knowledge, but that's in my opinion just some bullshit. Fnatic simply won because they broke the map, not because they know how to play the map. But what would you do if you were the organizers of Dreamhack? Basically the thing I would do is just replay the game on another map, and I think that would be the right way to do. LDLC had preparing for this for such a long time to finally beat Fnatic, and I think if they won this they would have also won Dreamhack, so they basically lost $100,000 thanks to the fact that Fnatic were such a pussies that they wouldn't tell Valve about this glitch so they could use it on one of their own tournaments and on one of the most important games in CSGO history. My question is now, what do you think about this? Do you think this is right, or do you think that this game should be replayed? CSGO is in my opinion an awesome game, and so far I had some fun watching Dreamhack, but this basically ruined all the fun for me. So this is Pookie. I know I normally upload daisy videos, but I just had to make a video about this, and I see you guys later.